You already had 2 rounds of introduction, so there's not really much need for me to introduce myself. Evaluate to motivate. The agenda for my presentation today to talk to you about what Toastmasters says should be an evaluation. Toastmasters International has given this presentation where they tell all the evaluators, all the members, why it is necessary to evaluate your speaker in a motivating manner. This is going to be majority of my presentation. Then I'm going to tell you what my take on evaluation is. And then let's see if anybody has any questions. I'll try to answer them. Evaluate to motivate. An evaluator is also a speaker. Would have been a speaker sometime and is a speaker right then when the person comes to evaluate. When I became a Toastmaster in October of 2016, I was first asked to come and give a tabletop speech. I went there, it was a debate that was happening. I was arguing with my college senior that why ants are better and not cockroaches, or something of that sort. And I got appreciated for this. The senior Toastmasters who'd come from other clubs told me that it was an amazing speech that I'd given in just 1 week of being a Toastmaster. This motivated me to keep coming back to Toastmasters. If one simple line of appreciation can do this to you, imagine what a great critical and very constructive criticism can do to your speech. This is what evaluation is all about. It is about how you give your motivating advice to somebody who's speaking. And you have to always tell them you can do it. When we have a speech delivered, it is for everybody to hear what the speaker is saying. But once that speech is done, the speaker wants to know what it is that they did. Did it make sense? Were they good enough? Is there something that they could have done better? And who better to do this than the person dedicatedly sitting there and listening to them? This is where the evaluator comes in. When you've just heard something, it's fresh in your mind. I know, for instance, that Yogesh struggled for 14 years, was with his girlfriend for 14 years, struggled for 4 years to get married to her. Probably I'd forget this in, let's say, a month. If I were to give him his evaluation right now, it would be really meaningful because I know everything he said, and it gives him an idea of what he's spoken. He gets immediate feedback. An evaluator's job is not just to criticize or say that, yes, you could have done this better. An evaluator should come here and offer perspective on how it could be done better. Let's say I'm here stuck to this part of the stage. I'm not moving past this presentation here. My evaluator will come back and tell me you did not use the stage well. But if she tells me just that, I'm going to be a little lost. I'm going to say, why? I've moved around a lot. What is it that I didn't do? If she comes and tells me, you could have moved here, you could have avoided the light falling on your face and gone to the other side of the stage, you have used the stage really well. This is the kind of feedback we require from our evaluators. Sorry, I did not see that. This is backstage movement. And one thing that evaluators should keep in mind is to build self-esteem and confidence in a speaker. It does not come overnight. Every speaker who comes on stage to speak is nervous. I am nervous at the moment. But if I do not take this step, if I do not come and speak, I'm never going to get over it. And the audience and the evaluator should help every person who speaks in achieving it. It is a process, a long-drawn process, and everybody is then encouraged. Toastmasters says that evaluators should use a tell and sell approach. What this refers to is when the evaluator comes here to speak, the evaluator speaks to the speaker. And there is no dialogue that happens then. it is a one-way communication. The evaluator gives an evaluation and the speaker listens to it. This way, there is nobody else putting in their thoughts, and the speaker can take back what they are listening and benefit from it. I would like to kind of tell you a story here. When I was in my previous club, we had a lot of new, young, energetic Toastmasters there. Everybody wanted to give an evaluation. Everybody wanted to complete their competent leaders and apply for the award, which also requires people to be evaluators, like we have in the pathways, where you have to evaluate. That's one part of your level 1. So there was this person who became an evaluator for a person who had come to speak. I'm the speaker, and I said, okay, these are my hobbies, I do this, I went to school here. And then when the speaker came on stage to evaluate him, she told him, I did not like what you said. This is not what I wanted to hear from you. How can you say this? I want you to repeat this speech. We were taken aback. Everybody in the audience was taken aback. And the story doesn't end here. This person, this speaker, quit being a Toastmaster. He did not come back and give his speech again. He just left Toastmasters. This was really devastating for us. We tried convincing him that it's okay. That was her perspective. You have done really well. You've had the courage to come here and speak. But this did not happen. This is why all Toastmasters should actually be compassionate and understand what it is that Toastmasters who come here and speak, how they feel, how you can actually help them and motivate them to get better rather than just criticizing. Now, there are a couple of things that evaluators and speakers should do before starting their speech. When it is as much the duty of the evaluator as it is the speaker to interact with each other, one of the first things to do is to go talk to the speaker and talk about their objectives. Just like my evaluator told us what it is, why am I making this presentation, it is important for every evaluator to talk that out with their speaker. Read the manual objective, and then look at what the evaluation guidelines are. And then comes, this was before the speaker starts speaking, and then there are things what an evaluator has to do during the speech. An evaluator can't just sit there making notes and being all engrossed in what the evaluator is going to speak. Yes, it is very important to come here and speak for the 2 to 3 minutes that's given. But if you do not listen, what are you going to talk about? If you do not know that I probably fumbled and I'm just having too much stage movement, if you haven't seen me do it, how are you going to come and tell me that it was wrong? For this reason, the evaluator should actually show interest in the speech, listen to the speaker properly, and understand what the speaker could be going through when they are doing such things, to be able to tell them that, yes, you did this not so great, you could improve this way. And of course, take notes, that everybody does. And now let's move on and see how you can actually evaluate effectively. During the evaluation, like I just mentioned about the story, you need to pick your words. Every person who comes to Toastmasters wants to learn. That should be their objective. But you cannot know how the other person's psyche is. You do not know if they are good at taking criticism. You have to give them that, but you have to give them well. So you have to choose your words well, motivate them, and say, yes, I understand you did this in a certain way, but probably if you had done it like this, it would have enhanced your speech. Pick your words well. And this is what the mistake my friend made at Toastmasters. She did not evaluate the speech, she evaluated the person. Probably he had his flaws, probably his content was not great, but that's not what an evaluator is supposed to judge. You are not here to tell somebody that their story is bad. They can say whatever they want. I can say I find this gavel to be pink in color, but that's not what you are here to judge. You are here to tell me that yes, this was okay, this was good, you did a good job, you came here and spoke. Judge the delivery of the speech instead of the speech itself. Yes, promote self-esteem. I've been saying that a lot. Next one. Avoid being disingenuous. This slide talks to say that give honest feedback. If you're just going to come here and praise a speaker and keep telling them that, oh wow, you did such a great job today. Wow, I look forward to listening to you. What is the speaker going to take back? They're just going to hear praises from you. And that's not going to help them. So be critical where it's necessary and be honest. An evaluative speech should also have a closing. It is a full-blown speech. You have an introduction, and then you have an introduction, you have a body, you have a conclusion. You open it well, then in your conclusion, connect to that, summarize whatever you have had to say, and if possible, give a story or example. But I believe 2 minutes is really, really a short duration to have a personal story to connect with. And if there is something that can be taken away from this speech, tell the audience. Remind them that this is what my speaker said. Maybe we could apply this to our lives. This is something that can be done. And now we come to my take on evaluation. As I just mentioned, evaluations are nothing but extemporary speeches. This is an amazing opportunity for everybody to come and master extempore. You come here, you have 2 minutes, you have to bring in everything that the speaker said, make it really good, make it sound good to them, and you can do it if you master the technique. Do you know what this is?
Sandwich.
Yes, you're right. This, being a very new club, hasn't been exposed to too many outside evaluators, but Toastmasters always goes for the sandwich method of evaluation, wherein they say, give the positives, give constructive feedback, give positives again, and conclude. Next one. But I feel that probably this is a little outdated and done to death. Maybe we could innovate. There's also something that Toastmasters says that we can use what I saw, what I heard, what I felt. That again is another way to evaluate. You can say that, yes, I saw you do this, Toastmaster Husna. This is what I heard from you, Toastmaster Yogesh. And this is what I feel about your story. That is a good way to do it. Maybe we can innovate. This is a great platform to innovate. And with this, I would like to say that all that has been spoken about evaluations, you can apply to your evaluations. And let's just say, being able to evaluate someone puts you in a place where you can accept anything that's told to you. If I know that I go back home and listen to the things my mother says, I don't shout back at her all the time. It's because I've learned from Toastmasters that yes, I am going to be evaluated on things that I do, and it is good to get feedback and I can improve myself. Thank you so much.